We recently had a great maiden flight of my new FMS Yak. This is the V2 version. And if you missed that maiden, or whether you saw it and you're just back for more, this is a great kind of budget-friendly option for a 6S EDF. This is flying on a 3200 milliamp battery, and it had very, very high performance, even on a 30C discharge. I'm in love with this thing for 340 bucks because it's got flaps and retracts with really robust landing gear. We had just a very high performance maiden flight, and it left me wanting more. So we're back to put this in the air again. We'll maybe, hopefully, throw a couple more snaps and crazy maneuvers at it. But really, we're just here to enjoy a great flight of a great jet and have a good time together. So let's put this thing in the air and have some fun. Isn't that a great looking jet, Abby? You know, I thought when this thing landed, and actually even on the takeoff, I could see the shocks going to work. I was kind of paying attention because on this jet, they almost look like they stick down kind of, you know, a centimeter or so too far. They just kind of stand out. And when it's in the air and those retracts are up, it's a whole different story. But anyway, you can kind of see the bounce, right? This works well. What a great jet. I mean, we had an awesome, super fun maiden. It's fast, it's eye-catching. I love the bright red and white. It just looks like a fast jet. And look at that snap up there. Wild, absolutely wild. Crazy fun to fly. Yeah. But it doesn't have to be completely fast. We can hit our full flaps. We don't get any bad ballooning tendencies or anything on that. Get a nice, pretty slow pass there too. So although it is fast, it's got pretty good slow flying tendencies. This is only the second flight I have on this jet, but it just feels like I've flown it 20 or 30 times. We'll go up, bring it back around, and let's keep it inverted. Okay, inverted feels good on this. We might be able to do that a little lower. Let's nose down. Kick it upside down here, and hold it for a second. Listening to our radio, and that is definitely not here, so we're good. Was giving way to full scale. Just looks the part, doesn't it, Abby? Mm-hmm. Very, very good sporty 6S flyer. That's the best way to describe this, I think. Don't think we're going to get a lot of 3D kind of things out of it unless you like that snap a lot, which I do. Let's just throw it at it again, right here, a little lower. What a crazy snap.
It holds it, that altitude for such a long time. Like, it's crazy.
It's got that momentum. And then you're right, it just holds it right there with all those flips and maneuvers. And
I know it's holding it because I'm not having to move the camera.
There you go. Let's do it again right in front of us. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Hold it right there. Look at that. That's cool. I like the snap on this. It's really, I think a lot of credit goes to the CG placement where the battery is on this jet. It's just a different shaped jet. Kind of got that fat belly to it. Now we don't have any safe or AS3X or any kind of stabilization in this. We're just flying. We are on Spectrum, but I didn't set any of that up. I have Expo. My ailerons are set at 25%, elevators at 25%, and my rudder is at 20%. Abby and I are listening
3
for
minutes.
full scale because we know we've got a full scale coming in.
You're at 3 minutes.
But yeah, we're going to put this in the air about 1 more minute, and that'll be the end of it, I'd say. Too much, I gave too much rudder on that. I was trying to pull into a knife edge and my rudder actually took over. Flying way too high right now. I think I still need a little bit of up trim on this too, Abby. Nosing down just a hair. Now we did notice one issue with my landing gear, so I'm going to fly by and check my gear and make sure it all comes down. Looks like they're down to me. On the ground when we were getting a couple shots, that just didn't want to pop down all the way. Now let's do a right to left landing if we can. With half flaps. That felt really good the last time. Comes in hot, but we just bleed and flare. Right at the last. Yeah, okay. Oh, we had a little skip there.
I see
Got a
that.
little skip there, but really might have just been a bump in the pavement.
It might have been.
Yeah, and right as some wind is coming in, so I think I landed at a great time because we've got a right to left crosswind right now. It was kind of affecting me there. It just kind of popped up out of nowhere, but you know what? That's a pretty smooth landing. I've had 2 takeoffs and 2 landings on this jet, and you guys have seen them both. And I really, really do like how this thing handles in the air, and I said it in the last video, it handles on the ground really well too. It's got that front steerable nose wheel, and it gives us a nice tight steering radius. So if you're wondering if you've got enough space to drive this thing around, you know, there's our right turn, which I think is a little wider for some reason, and here's our left. Nice and very, very tight turning radius, and I'm always happy about that. So yeah, the Yak by FMS 6S, awesome. We'll make this kind of short and sweet here, guys, but I do want to check the voltage to see what we're at. Kind of always good to know. Although I'm plugging this in right at the end of a hot flight, so the voltage is gonna take a second to get a good reading, but it's looking like similar to the maiden flight. I think I might have cooked it just a little bit more. We're sitting right at 3.8 volts per cell, maybe settling right into 3.7 volts per cell. So I think I was just a little harder on the throttle on that 4-minute flight. You know, 4.5 minutes is gonna be a really safe number for this jet, and I'm a huge fan. If you like the way it looks, you're gonna like the way it flies a lot. I think the only annoying tendencies are the battery. If you're flying on a 3200, which is the biggest they recommend, actually 3300, it's a little tight in here, so you've really got to finagle your wires just to get your canopy to pop on, but it does seem to stay on well. You saw those snaps I threw at it. I don't think that's going anywhere. And we've got 2 nice straps in here, plus included Velcro on the bottom. The assembly, I had one little, just tiny small nuisance with that bolt here. There's 2 bolts holding the rear horizontal stabilizer on, but that bolt just gave me a little trouble lining it up. I was almost ready to throw in the towel on it, but I didn't. I was persistent. We got it done. It's a good jet. This is a great jet, actually, one that I'm happy to have in my collection, and it doesn't even take up a lot of space, so I'm thrilled with that because I'm running low on airplane space right now.
You're not running low on your negative airplane space.
I'm out. I'm having to pass a few planes on. So anyway, this will be linked in the description box below. I've had a great time with it so far. I've let you guys know the couple little negative tendencies that I've noticed with it. You see how small those ailerons are, right? I think that's why the roll rate is as slow as it is. I mean, we can increase the rate some, but that's it's got to be affecting it, I would think. That's a pretty big flap control surface, but half flaps on landing feels really good with this thing. As I said, it'll be linked in the description box. Using that link does help to support our channel and our family at no extra cost to you, whether you're buying this or something else on the website. We greatly appreciate that help from the bottom of our hearts. And a massive thanks to God for giving us this opportunity to share this experience with you guys. Super grateful. Also, a thanks to our Patreon supporters, because we couldn't do what we do as often as we do it without your amazing support. Guys, we'll have another jet video hand-picked just for you popping up right about now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you there.
Bye!